Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New Strength Sugar Babes. We've got a very special sugar babe, Jennie Drever. She was one of the very first women that did our program with Andrea Liesel. And they did our beta testing program in October, was 2017. We launched it. Actually, some things came up in my feed the other day and I was like, fuck, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it's over. What's it now? September. Well, must have been, yeah. It was, I think, so it's just coming up 2 years now, hey, September.
I think it was
was it slightly
August that we started. I think
August.
we started the first program in August.
That's right. Sorry, the beta testing was in August and then we launched the full Win at Life program in October. Yeah, so you've been with us since August, since that very first beta testing. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And Jennie's got 3 kids and 2 chickens. And yeah, so she's been with us 2 years and August, 2 years and 2 months.
1 month.
And 1 month. Yeah.
About that, yeah. Yep.
So tell the viewers, why did you join? Like all that time ago, what were you before you joined?
What was I?
Yeah.
What was I? I was a crazed, exercise obsessed, food obsessed, I don't know, ex-crossfitter. So I had done CrossFit for a good 2 years. And yeah, I guess I just over-exercised so much and done so many crazy diets that I kind of didn't really know where I was anymore. You know, I didn't really know what to do. And I had started eating the Ray Peat way because I read Kate Deering's book. So I sort of knew that this was kind of the right thing to do, but I didn't really know how to do it and how to go about and make it work for me. So I joined the program.
And what were some of the issues that you were suffering with back then?
It's actually really funny because I kind of can't even remember. Do you know what I mean? Like it's been so long. So I wasn't sleeping through the night. So I think when I was peak CrossFitter, I was probably like waking up like 5 times a night, just waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep. I had IBS pretty bad. So
explosions.
Lots of explosions. Let me think. I was very anxious. That's right. I had quite bad anxiety, but it was very physical. So, you know, I'd just be sort of driving to work and suddenly I'd feel anxious over kind of nothing. So it's like my body was so stressed that it was just anxious kind of all the time. I can't even remember now. What else was wrong with me? Do you remember?
You had the skin thing.
Yeah. I had some psoriasis on my scalp. And also just like, because I'd gone from exercising so much and eating so little, pretty much at that time, anything I ate, I'd kind of blow up anyway. You know what I mean? So everything was just pretty much out of balance.
And binge eating.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even remember now. I think it was like that whole, this week I'm on a diet and I'm going to really reduce. This week I'm going to do whatever I want. So there was like a real mental play of, I was constantly sort of thinking about, will I do this diet? Will I do this? You know, like nothing was normal.
Oh, yeah, I can't even imagine going back to that. Like the no sugar and the...
I know. I'm just so glad that that's not me anymore.
Because you were what? What sort of calories were you averaging back then? Would have been fuck all, probably.
Well, so when I was like hardcore CrossFitting, I know I did like an 8-week challenge, and the diet, she was like a dietitian, like a university educated diet. She put me on a diet that was about 1,400 calories a day.
Oh,
and that was while we were doing heavy weight training as well as CrossFit workouts. So I'd CrossFit 5 times a week and then I'd do 2 extra weight training sessions. So that was 1,400 calories a day. And
that's
that
insane.
And I just remember at the end of the week of doing this kind of 8-week challenge diet, I remember I was so bloated, like, I just remember my belt. I remember my leggings, my, you know, stretchy leggings were so tight because I was so bloated from just all the green stuff. Yeah, and that one made me constipated as well. So like, it was crazy at the time.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't even imagine it now. I probably eat 1,200 calories before lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. yeah, I don't even want to restrict my calories at all anymore.
Ah.
I just want to eat and feel good.
Yeah. And so, well, I guess talk a bit about your journey and, you know, like where you are now compared to where you were 2 and a bit years ago.
So, I really think that, so when I first kind of started with the program with you guys, I think looking back on it now, I can see that my head was kind of all over the place. And even though I really wanted to commit to it and I really wanted to sort of do it properly, I can just see that my view and relationship with food wasn't actually healthy. So I honestly think it probably took me the first good year of eating good calories for me to kind of get over that. Like, and I remember at one point I was eating like 2,500 calories because I was having trouble sleeping through the night. And I just remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I can eat all this food. And I think I had to go through a year of eating a lot of good food for me to just kind of almost get over the weird view of food that I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you restrict for so long. Like, think about how many years.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Well, probably. I had my first crazy diet was when I was probably 21, and I did the Sandra Cabot liver cleanse diet. So that was the first diet I ever did, and then from there it was like vegan, vegetarian. You know, I did sort of paleo, definitely, and I definitely ate low carb for a long time. So, and then I must have been 39 when I started the program. So that's really 20 years of crazy dieting, really. Yeah. And so you think you're doing the right thing. That's the thing. You think you're healthy and you think you're doing everything right, but you're actually doing everything wrong, really.
Oh, I know. And it's not your fault though, because it's what like fitness industry, fitness gurus, fitness models, even doctors.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's absolutely what doctors tell you should be doing. But then I got to, 39 where I was, and I thought, so I've been cutting out sugar, I've been eating low carb, I've been exercising, I've been eating green stuff, and I feel it got me nowhere. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, you kind of have to go through that journey, I think, to figure out what's actually the right way to live and what's healthy.
And do you feel like you're free now?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and that's the biggest thing, is not being concerned about, like, you get trapped in this cycle of, this week I'm going to be good. Now I'm not good. I'm going to eat whatever I want. This week I'm going to be good. Oh, hang on, I better start a new diet because I need to lose 5 kilos. And it's almost like you think about it all the time. And at the time I didn't, until you're out of it, you don't realize that the way that you view food's unhealthy. But now that I'm out of it, I don't think of food now unless I'm hungry, and then I eat, and then I stop thinking about food. I don't have that at all anymore.
Yeah, it's insane. It does. Like, I think women really underestimate how long it takes. Like 2 years for 20 years is 10% of the time, which is actually not that long to undo all the damage. And have you fixed all the issues that you came?
Yeah. Well, so IBS is just completely gone. That actually went really quickly. As soon as I sort of cut out vegetable oils, that went really quickly. I sleep through the night. I'm definitely not anxious anymore. Like, I never get anxious unless there's something to actually be nervous about. And if I do, and so now what's great too is I can, if there is something physical going on, I can go, oh, hang on, maybe I'm not eating enough. Or if I'm craving sugar, I can go, oh, actually that's because I didn't have a proper lunch. Or, I can actually read my body now, which is fantastic.
And now you can maintain your weight.
Yep.
Without starving yourself.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. And I also feel like, because it's almost like the way the program's structured is we do our own meal plans and all that kind of stuff. So now I can look at my body and I can go, oh, actually I put on some weight this week. Okay, that's probably because I ate too much. Maybe I can drop my calories back, or I can pull my calories back and go, oh, I'm feeling a bit hungry, so I can add a bit more. I'm actually in control of what I eat now, and I'm not relying on an internet program from some random person to tell me to eat 1,200 calories a day. to make any changes in my body, if that makes sense.
Totally. Like you're back in the driver's seat now.
Yeah. I'm in the driver's seat. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I don't actually need anyone anymore, if that makes sense.
That's good.
I can do it all myself.
That's good though. That's good. It's good that you can, like I think, and this probably leads into the next question. So there'll be women that watch these that obviously considering doing our program, but women who are in our program currently. And I know a lot of them, like, and I'm not just saying this because I want your fucking money. I'm saying this because I genuinely want you to walk away with the result and maintain it. And I actually feel confident that you can do that because you've given it the time. And I've seen you change.
Yeah.
I've seen your mindset change, and I've seen how calm you are with food now, and how because you were just not that person at the start. Yeah. I remember some of your messages in the Facebook page.
Yeah.
And it's the same as everyone. Like I was the same too. Because you're like, oh fuck, like you just, but you, like if a woman was in the program and she thinks, 2 years is a long time. Like what advice would you give her?
Well, I mean, I guess first, like you said, you're undoing so much damage, and we've all done the quick fix stuff. Like we've all lost weight really quickly, and we all know that it just comes back on again. And I think I know I need at least a year for my head to heal, for me to start thinking about food differently, for me to also be thinking about body composition differently as well. When you're in that kind of fitness starvation mode, all you want is skinny. Like you just want to get to like size 8, and you don't care that you might get to size 8 by losing all your muscles. You know what I mean? So it takes that time for everything to heal and for your mind to reset. I honestly think it's a bit like a rehab program. Like I feel like I've been in rehab for 2 years. So you just have to take that time. And look, there are some people, I've seen them in the group who have, like there's some people who've had results really quickly, but I was 20 years of body wrecking. So you just have to take it slowly. And there's nothing wrong with taking it slowly. Like we've got so much, we've got kids, we've got work, we've got so much going on. I just think give yourself a break and like just take your time.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think too, it's like, really, what's 2 years? Now you're only 40.
Yeah.
You've got the rest of your life. You got like 60 years left of freedom versus like, because it seems at the start you think, this is like, I remember when this is going to take me so long because you're so desperate for results. But now I think, because it's been 4 years for me since I very first started doing this. And I think to myself, I'm stoked. I'm like, I've got 60 years of freedom for 4 years of, maybe I could have got there quicker, but like say, you got to go on your own journey. And I think everyone needs to go on their own journey. How valuable did you find it being in the community? Because I think that a lot of the time, like we were talking about before, is when you first do this and when you're not like, you're really solid now, like it's ingrained in you. But when you first do it, you're like still so easily swayed, I think. And having the community around you to really keep you on the right track, I think, is valuable.
Yeah, I think you do. You definitely need to know that you can jump on the Facebook page and say, hey, this is going on, and someone will either set you straight, or give you a little bit of advice. Like you really, and look, honestly, the thing about CrossFit, I think about it, and it was fantastic. It was a fantastic time in my life because of the community. We used to go there every morning and we'd share stuff and we'd support each other. And I actually think that's really valuable, and you really need that. And that's the same sort of community that, you guys have with WOL. But also there's also the support of the coaches. Like you can pretty much stick something up and a coach will respond pretty much straight away, which is fantastic. Even on a Sunday, you guys respond, even when you say that you're...
When we're not supposed to be, I know. I was getting in trouble. Craig, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Can't help myself.
Yeah, but there's kind of always that. And I think the other really good thing is that's like, which has been so freeing, is the idea that it's okay to stuff up. Like you just fail forward. I can remember doing, like 8-week challenges and 12-week challenges where I remember I was for another program, and I put something on the Facebook page that said, at the moment I'm really struggling. I'm craving sugar. I'm struggling to stay on track. I just don't think this is sustainable. And I just kind of, no one even responded. And I pretty much got the feeling that, okay, I'm a failure. I must be me shit. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like that's because I can't stick to 1,400 calories a day, you know. Whereas with WOL, if you put something up like that, someone will say, "Oh, you probably need to eat more food." You know, or have you had enough juice today?
Yeah.
You know, like it's actually the first place where you go, well, let's look at this rationally.
Yeah.
What do we need for you to stick to the diet? And if you stuff up, that's okay. Just get
Bow
back on
forward.
track, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Which is because I think a lot of people, when they stuff up, they go, I can't do this, and they run away, you know, but it's actually kind of okay to stuff up because that's how you learn. Like you do heaps of posts about failing, which is fantastic, which is good for me. That's also freeing.
Well, I mean, like even just last week, so I was, you know, like you probably see me, I always talk about like, oh, I do my deload and I haven't been doing my deload. And I was like, all right, I'm going to be doing it because I'm sore every time. And then the first fucking time it comes to be doing the deload, I didn't do it. I didn't train for 10 days because we were just so busy with work. And, you know, I mean, that's excuses. Like, but, you know, I made the choice that I had to do stuff. So I was like, well, everyone, I've got a confession to make, you know, but I'm like, I'm getting back on the fucking wagon. I'm fucking so sore today. I'm just like, but I can't whinge about it because Craig will just like, he'll be like, nah, I told you, you know, but I'm like, well, I'll just try again next time because that's life.
But that's also, I think the good thing is that it's so funny. I joined the program and I got all this stuff that I didn't think I'd get. Like you actually learn to listen to your body, whereas, you know, mainstream fitness just goes push, 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 push. If you're tired, just push yourself because eventually the adrenaline will kick in and you'll be able to keep going. Whereas this program goes, actually, listen to your body. If you are really exhausted, maybe take a break because maybe you need to recover. You don't get that really anywhere, I don't think.
I think because they're always pushing so hard for quick results, and we're like, well, you fuck yourself for 20 years. It's going to take you a while. Like, you got to suck it up and take the time. Because I mean, like, what other option is there?
Yeah.
There is no other option. There's nothing. I've tried everything. I mean, I think, I don't know what you were saying to me, but I reckon in this last month, we've had like 5 people come back that have left, done the program, left, and then gone and done dumb shit again and then come back. I just saw one of the ladies do a live today and she's like, oh, I did fucking paleo and we did CrossFit and she must have gone with some of her friends. She's like, I realized that there is no other way. Like, this is it now. I'm back for good. You know, I think like there isn't. There just isn't.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to go back to anything else. And I think too, because you learn what it is for your body to feel good. So, and you've got that benchmark now, you know, so as soon as you know, if I go away for the weekend or I don't know, if something happens and I don't feel as good, I go, oh, I'm getting back on track because I just want to feel good. I want to sleep well. I don't want to be anxious. You know, I don't want to be craving sugar. You know, I want to just be eating properly.
Yeah. And isn't it so funny that like, you know, I think back on track is like eating chocolate fudge and you know, drinking milk and eating ice cream and like, you know, but it's like if you ever go like at a restaurant and you get some vegetable oils, I know what you mean, or you have like some pasta or something, it's not something I get a bit bloated. So it's like just getting back to that really easily digestible foods.
Yeah.
You know, like the juice and
Yeah. It's so funny because I haven't made any sort of yummy stuff for a while just because I've been busy and I've literally just been eating a lot of fruit, a lot of yogurt, just
cheese
really stuff. Yeah. And this morning I was at work this afternoon I was at work and I was feeling a bit craving. I thought, I really need to get back on track and start making chocolate fudge. like it's bizarre.
It is bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the easiest thing. So it's like, well, I think when you're hungry, like this afternoon, I just had 2 pieces of fudge and a big glass of milk. And it's so good. And I think too, you finally get out of that mentality of, I've got to have a whole fucking container because you just know that you can eat it all the time. Every day. You can eat fudge. You can have ice cream. So I think you've finally moved past that. Like I was always like, oh, this is the last time I'm ever going to eat this. So I'd eat the whole packet. Whereas now you just eat a few bits and have a glass of milk and you're like, oh, I'm good till dinner or whenever, you know?
And I think your body, I don't know whether it's that I was just so nutritionally lacking or I don't know, but whether I can just recognize it now, but now I can go, oh, actually no more, that's all I need, you know? Like your body seems to recognize, maybe you get more body awareness. I don't know. I can recognize now when I've had enough, whereas that didn't happen before.
Well, I think you were just so conditioned to restriction that you're just like, oh, it's just go crazy. Like your body's just like, fuck, I need all the sugar. you know, like it's just, and that takes a while to break, I reckon,
Yeah.
for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Well,
It
a
can.
year. I reckon a year.
Mm.
It
Mm.
took me a good year to break that. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is that the longest it's ever taken anyone?
Oh, nah, like, because I think it took me quite a while to fully get over it. Like, obviously, over time it improved,
Yeah.
but to the point now where I'm like really solid, you know, I think it does take a long time because we've been doing it for a long time. And like, you've obviously been doing the program online for 2 years. Like, how have you found doing it online? Because some people think, oh, I can't do it online.
I liked it because I liked, and I love training with Recomposer. Like I like the fact that I don't have to think about anything because, you know, like I have to think about everything else for everybody. So everything is online. All I have to do is like, you know, log on to Recomposer, go to the gym and it's there. So that's what I really enjoyed that. And I also like the fact that I could kind of, some days I could be on my own. Some days I could reach out to a coach. Like I didn't, you know, I could kind of do, it was kind of, I guess, sorry, I'm talking a roundabout way.
No.
CrossFit was always so in your face and you had to be there all the time and you were with people. And if you didn't turn up, people would call, you know, like it was so full on. Whereas this just kind of gave me the freedom to sort of do my own thing as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fit it into your life, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like you can like train 2 days, 3 days, you know, some weeks you'll train 2, which is good for the mums, especially, I think, because shit will always come up.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. And then what's nice is then if you haven't trained for a week, someone will just send you a message and say, hey, is everything okay? Just checking in. But it's not like a,
why the fuck
you're
aren't you
fat and
training?
lazy.
Yeah.
It's just like, actually, is everything okay? Do you need anything? You know,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, just enough accountability.
Yeah.
And look, obviously you've been giving me your money for 2 years.
Yes.
Do you feel like you've gotten value for what you've invested?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's also, like it's about priorities as well. Like I think this is a priority. Health is a priority. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten, well, I think my life's changed. I think I've changed. I think you guys have changed my life. You know, and I don't ever have to go to another diet program ever again. So that's got to be value for money.
Yeah. I think it's just women don't realize. They don't realize what it is until they get in there and they get freed and they're like, fuck, I would have paid like million, because I think about when I did the program with Emma, I worked with her, you know, for 12 weeks doing a popping the food bubble program that we run now. I would have paid like 10 times that to know now what I know and to be so free, but it's hard because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. And I think too, being a mum, like, I don't know, mums feel guilty about everything. Like it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to feel guilty. So you're going to like, I always feel guilty about spending money on myself anyway, you know, but I just think like, I think I've said this to you before, like I feel like I've actually saved money doing this program because I'm not buying quinoa. I'm not buying chia seeds. I'm not, you know, like I remember probably in about, I don't know, second month of the program, I cleaned out my cupboard. And we had a bit of a phase on the Facebook page where everyone was taking photos of all the stupid shit they had in their cupboards. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's amazing how much money you waste doing all these crazy diets and all this reactive stuff. You know, this, it's definitely an investment in yourself, but you actually save money because you're not spending money on stupid stuff.
And do you think, because I think a lot of women like, because I'm always someone like, I guess it just depends on the person, but I like to go all in, you know, like I've always had a coach, whether it be for lifting or business. And, you know, I think, you know, like obviously you can go out on your own now because you've done 2 years of this, but do you think you could have gotten to this place on your own?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, and I did try it at the start, before I joined with you guys. You know, I was trying to do it on my own, and I think because it's so different to what everybody says. You kind of need the coach and you need to be part of the community, because like even now people look at what I do and question me, you know, but I don't care if they question me because I know that it works. So it's so hard to change your mindset anyway. And you'll get so much crazy feedback. I think you need to be part of the community and you need to have a coach to kind of get you sorted, because you're going to doubt yourself for a while. You know, like I know I doubted myself for the first couple of months because it's just so different.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, now it's just like second nature.
Yeah.
You know, like we
Yeah.
say, we look at all the people with the green veggies and the nuts and the seeds in their shopping trolley, and I think, oh,
Yeah.
I feel sorry. I want to go up and say, look, let me help you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Let me free you.
but also, like, every time you drink juice, like every time I drink juice now, I'm sure someone's like, people
What's that
hate juice
poison?
drinkers. I know, it's like I'm smoking a cigarette.
God, we had some bloody lady, like, because I get all the people commenting on my posts, like the Facebook ads. Some lady yesterday, she was vegan, you know, like, and I'm like, look, I don't go around commenting on everyone else's diets, keto or whatever. I don't really care. I just care about my lane. But, you know, they just get so angry. Sugar causes cancer, Kitty. Dairy.
Yeah.
She said dairy and sugar are as bad as cocaine.
Yeah. 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 I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And the other thing that's so bizarre is, you know, I don't actually drink much sort of soft drink just because I don't like it. I prefer juice and stuff. But so many people will say to you, oh, soft drink's so bad and juice is so bad. And I say, have you ever counted the calories? Like, have you actually, people don't even know how many calories are actually in a glass of juice, you know?
Well, it's just a blanket, like, they just don't know. Or like, oh, you know, why aren't you eating any green vegetables? You know, and it's not because like sometimes if we go to Thai and there's green veg, I'll eat them in there, but I don't purposely go to my way to cook, steam up green veggies like I do because I just don't like them. Like they just don't taste nice. They're not, my mouth doesn't water for fucking broccoli. You know, I'm like, people who say that they love it, I'm like, you don't, when you binge, do you binge on broccoli? You don't, do you? No.
No one does that.
No.
And in many ways, I feel like that's why I'm so glad that I had all the IBS before and I had all those sorts of symptoms, because I can actually go, yeah, I don't have that anymore because I'm not eating that stuff. You know, it's such a change.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh, but you've been so awesome. And if like someone was watching this and they were sitting on the fence, I guess, and they just weren't sure whether they should do it, what would you say to them?
Well, do it. I think you should do it. I just the difference, I suppose, for me in my mindset. That's for me. That's been the biggest thing, is just the mindset change, knowing what's important. I have no anxiety anymore unless I'm actually nervous about something. You know, you don't underestimate how much the diet industry and constant dieting and stuff messes with your head, because it definitely is a life-changing kind of program.
And what about a woman who was in the program and she was wavering?
Yeah.
And she's like wavering, going, oh, I can't do this, I'm going to go back to the quick fixes. What advice would you give her?
Yeah, just stick it out. Like, you got to be you got to do it for the long haul to actually see the results. And actually it was funny because I don't know if it was you, it probably was you who said it to me, you know, or maybe it was Craig, one of you. And you will waver, like in that first year, you will kind of go, oh, hang on, maybe this is not working. Maybe I should go back and do what I did. But that's what you've been doing for like 10, 15 years. Like that's what you used to do. Like every week I would waver in the past. This week I'd be, you know, paleo. This week I'd be low carb. Like that's what we used to do. And all it's done is got me to a point where nothing worked and I didn't sleep through the night and I was anxious and I was having bowel explosions, you know. So yeah, you just got to stick with it.
Yeah. Give it time. And like I always say to myself, you know, obviously there's no question now with the diet or whatever, but when we first started our business, I would always sit there and say to myself, all right, well, I keep going or I quit. So where will I be if I quit now versus whether I keep taking imperfect action and I keep failing forward and where will I be in 5 years? And fucking your future self will thank the fuck out of you for not giving up. Like I think that all the time. I think about all the hard times we've had in our business and all the hard times with the diet and all the times I've thought about, oh, this is too hard. But I didn't. I just kept making mistakes and kept going. I think, oh, look how far we are now. I think, oh, imagine another 2 years, you know, like, because you'll kick yourself if you quit.
And also, like, I think what kind of has kept me going for so long is I would look back on how much time I'd actually spent and I would think, well, if I quit, then I will have sort of wasted that whole, do you know what I mean? Like I've spent, say, 7 months working on this stuff. If I quit now, then that's 7 months that I've wasted, you know? Like just keep going. And I won't go back now. I'll always eat like this.
Yes, same. I mean, yeah. So one time I thought, I'll do a test and I'll like do a little experiment, like document it all and go back to like 1,500 calories and broccoli and document it all. It's like, no, fuck that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
No.
I'm like, I'd just die. It'd just be no.
Yeah. No, why would you do that? It's we've got enough stress. We've got enough stuff on our plate. We don't need to starve ourselves.
No. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. I really appreciate it. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and you want to be free from all the dumb diets and sleep better and feel good and not have to starve yourself to maintain your weight, click on the link below, book in a call. You just have a chat to one of my coaches and we'll see if the Win at Life program is a good fit. So thanks again, Jennie. I really appreciate it. So you off to what are you having for dinner tonight?
Well, I had a late lunch, so I think I'm just going to do fruit and yogurt tonight.
Yeah, that's a great thing, isn't it? About this, like, yeah, you don't feel bad. You just think. Sometimes I'll have dinners like that too, and I just don't even care.
Yeah. It's so easy just to be able to live on fruit, yogurt, cheese, and that sort of stuff.
That's the best. All right. Well, have a great dinner, and thanks again.
No worries. Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.